Hello, everybody. This is Jeana here, and this is our first ever Zoom webinar. And we're talking today about peels and how to do a home peel. So this is my master class. Welcome. Okay, let's get going. So doing a home peel has lots of great benefits for you. Many doctors even recommend doing a chemical peel several times a year, 2 or 3 times a year, to help prevent skin cancer. So whenever we lift off those kind of old, damaged, dull skin cells, it can also remove some cells that have become acting funny and goofy and doing things we don't want them to do. But a peel will also lighten and brighten dark pigmentation. It's going to stimulate collagen, so the skin's going to be firmer, more glowy, helps with texture. It can help with breakouts and clarifying the pores. So the pores are not as congested and the oils are flowing more freely and in a more balanced way. So there's lots of good reasons to do a peel. However, in my years of doing peels with clients, I've had clients let me know that they actually go on places like eBay and on the internet and they find acids. And they'll tell me, I've had clients say, "Oh, I do TCA peels on myself." Well, you can go out and buy acids out there, but not all acids are made the same. It can be very dangerous. So acids have to have a certain pH balance or they're unstable and they don't behave well on the skin. In particular, TCA is not a peel solution that I recommend doing on yourself at all because I've used very high-end, very professional TCA peels in my practice, and I experimented with doing it on myself once. And what happens when you try to do a peel on yourself is you have to look in the mirror. And looking in a mirror and trying to gauge whether or not you put enough solution on, or if you should put another layer on, or if it's been on long enough is very hard to do. When we are doing, in particular, a TCA peel, we're looking for that skin to do what we call a frost, where the top layer of skin just turns white because it's going to get ready to fall off. You cannot see the beginnings of that frost in a mirrored reflection. You have to be manually looking down at that skin. And when I did the peel on myself, I couldn't see where those frost spots were starting to develop. And I put on too many layers and I ended up hyperpigmenting myself because I had overdone it with the layers of TCA. So doing peels at home can be safe, but you want to use the right solutions and you want them to be designed for home use. You don't want to use a peel that needs to have somebody physically looking at your skin to see whether it's time to neutralize or not. So I have picked out some peels that I'm going to show you that I've been working with over the last few years that I absolutely love, and they're very safe to use at home. The beauty of these home peels is that they are what we call a progressive peel. In the olden days, 15 years ago, we were all getting peels where the skin became very unsightly. You get this peel, and for the next 7 to 10, sometimes 14 days, your skin would just be peeling off in sheets. Sometimes it would turn brown, it would look scabby. It was frightening, and there were many people frightened after doing that. So a progressive peel. So in the old days, we all thought, and the doctors thought, that the best kind of peel was one that really caused a lot of flaking and swelling and even some scabbing on the skin. But since then, we've learned that those kind of peels are not the best kind of peels. We realize that inflammation actually increases aging. So if we do something that intense to our skin that's causing that much inflammation, then yes, we're going to see this swelling, which makes the skin look very plump. But 6 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months later, when the skin is done with all that healing and all that inflammation, the result is going to be the opposite of what you wanted to do. All that inflammation is going to lead to more thinning of the skin. It's an interesting thing in that there are a lot of treatments that you can have done, even laser treatments, which because there's so much inflammation going on underneath the skin, you think the skin is better. You think your skin is more plump and more collagen has been produced. But all that's really happened is there's a lot of swelling from inflammation. And a year after that treatment, and when the body is finally done with a complete cycle of healing there, you will see the skin be in a worse condition than when you started. So, getting to progressive peels. Progressive peels are beautiful. The ones that I've chosen to show you today have many anti-inflammatories mixed in. They're so perfectly, beautifully balanced that they are just lifting a little bit of skin off, causing that desquamation, we call it, but that lifting of cells very lightly throughout the whole month so that you don't see big sheets of skin coming off. You don't have the scabbing, excuse me. You don't have that inflammation response that we want to avoid. So that's what we're going to be talking about today is some companies that have made progressive peels that can be done at home. They're completely safe and they give you pretty much they give you zero downtime. Now, many of you, and we saw on there, almost 40% of you have done peels before and maybe with me as well. And you know that what we can do sometimes is boost these peels. So in this course, I'm also going to show you how to boost this peel if you want to see a little more flaking, you want to speed up the removal of some of the dark pigmentation and things like that. When we boost a peel, we use a retinol serum on top of it. And then when we start to see some flaking, then we back off and we don't use the retinol anymore. But we'll get more to that in a moment. I'm going to look over here at my outline. For those of you that's on the blog, you can see my Jeana's Peel Masterclass guide. And what have we covered? Choosing a professional formula. We've got through the first parts. Okay, let's get into what I've chosen. So the peels that I've been using over the past few years are twofold, two different companies that I've relied on. One is Sorella. This is the Sorella system. Both of these peel systems do a 1-2 step. So one step, you're putting on the peeling solution, and then step 2 is your neutralizer, which has a lot of anti-inflammatories and minerals and things in it to really help calm that skin down. And some of these even have pigmentation inhibitors in it and all of that. So let me show you first these ones from Sorella. We have the 2-step system. This is the mandelic and willow bark. And the mandelic and willow bark is really going after blemish-prone skin, congested skin. Mandelic acid is a beautiful acid because it is antifungal and antibacterial. So that one, and then they also have the vitamin C and ferulic peel system. This is more about brightening and firming the skin, working more with healthy aging concerns. Now, the other system that we've done together many times, oh, I dropped a box, is the Is Clinical Peel system. They come in a box like this. There's now 2 peels that they are offering this year, and it's a lot of fun. So this is the regular active peel that many of you have done with me in the past. They have also now made a brightening. Let me grab the box that I knocked down. This is their brightening active peel. Same thing, both active peels have a 2-step method. So you can see on here, step 1 and step 2. And you massage those into the skin, let them dry, and then either one of these peel systems we can boost if we choose to, but I'll tell you when and how to do that. You can also just let them set for several minutes, let them really dry into the skin, and then put a moisturizer on top of them. With these peel systems, it's like skin cycling. You're going to be applying the peel every other day. So one day is your peel day, the next day is your recovery day. So let's talk about that whole system, and I'm going to tell you what you need to be using on your recovery days and what things to use on your peel days. So scrolling down here, when you use these peels, Let's talk a little bit about boosters, then we'll go into the actual application. So if you choose you want to boost your peel, I'm going to tell you what to do. However, what I'm going to tell you is that if this is your first time doing this, you don't need to boost your peel. In fact, I don't advise it. I advise doing the full 30 days without boosting your peel and just see what great results you get, because you will get amazing results without boosting these peels at all. Now, if you've done these peels before and you want to boost them a little bit, then what I recommend using is a retinol or a retinol. So a retinaldehyde or a retinol serum. And there's a few that I like to use. So what you will do is you apply your step 1, and then you apply your step 2, and then you let that dry completely, and then you're going to grab your retinol of choice and you're going to put that on top of the skin. Just gently massage it on and leave it be. And the more flaking that you want to stimulate, then you're not going to want to put moisturizer on top of it. You're just going to let your vitamin A serum get on there, sit on there all night. And by the next morning, your skin's going to feel really nice and tight, and it's going to be very glowy. It feels very beautiful. So some of the common peel boosters that I use, and I'm going to list these out, and it's on the blog, and it's listing them from gentlest to strongest. So the gentlest one, and this is a good place to start, is with Sorella Apothecary Resurfacing Elixir. The resurfacing elixir is a retinaldehyde. Retinaldehydes are much gentler on the skin than a retinol is. So this one's a retinaldehyde. It has some vitamin C in it, and it has bakuchiol in it. It's a beautiful formulation, and it's fabulous. If you decide to boost, don't boost on the first peel session. Do 3 to 5 peel sessions. See how your skin's liking the peel. So that means you get 10 days in. If you're peeling every other day, 10 days in, you've done it 3 to 5 times on the peel days. Then you can add the booster, put on your resurfacing elixir, and then see how the skin does. The other ones we have on the website, you'll see Sorella Apothecary Elixir, is clinical retinol emulsion, 0.3%. If you already use 1%, then you can use the 1% to substitute there if you choose to. And then the strongest one that's going to causes the most exfoliation or desquamation is going to be Rhonda Allison's Salicylic A. And many clients who have a bit more congestion in their skin, they really like that Salicylic A as their booster. So Rhonda's taking retinol encapsulated, and then she's combining it with salicylic acid, and it does an amazing job of creating glass-like skin. Pretty neat. Clinical retinol emulsion is a beautiful emulsion. It rarely is going to cause much extra flaking, but the other ingredients are so supportive in that. The retinol in there is beautiful. It's very firming and very brightening. So it makes a really wonderful combination, especially with the Is Clinical Active Peel System. So if you decide to boost, you're only going to use that vitamin A serum, the booster serum, on the nights of your peel. So you'll do your peel solution steps 1 and 2, and then you'll put your retinol on top of it. On the rest day, you do not use the retinol. That's the day when you're going to want to use your more nourishing and healing serums, and we'll get to those pretty quick here. Now, if you actually do stimulate a flake in the peel, and you've gotten a little flaky because you're boosting it, then on your next peel day, you're going to skip it. Skip any peel days that you actually have flakiness, or if you just have a little flakiness around here, just apply the peel 1 and 2 on those areas out here that are not flaking. You only want one really good flake per month. So if you get a really good flake, skip a few peel days until the skin is done flaking, and then you are going to start back in with your peel system, but not boosting it with retinol. Okay, some of you guys will boost with some retinol and you still won't flake. and then you'll be frustrated. But what I have to tell you is that it doesn't matter if you don't flake. You are still going to get absolutely amazing results. Everyone does. I should have started this off by telling you too, take your before pictures. Take pictures of your skin, both sides of your face, get any little problem areas, and you will do those before pictures because you don't realize how much your skin is improving until you get to the end and you take your after pictures and you look at the difference and you go, oh. Sometimes people even tell me, oh, I didn't really see a difference. But then when we actually look at their before and after images, then we go, oh gosh, there is a big difference. Just the slimming of the jawline and just little subtle things that you can see in a photo that you won't see when you're just looking at yourself in the mirror. Okay, let's go here. So let's talk about prepping for your peel. And I'm going to back out a little bit. So we're going to talk about what to do 2 weeks pre-peel. So 2 weeks before you even do your peel, there's certain things that you need to do. One is that you need to stop using your retinol. And if you're using tretinoin, you've got to stop using your prescription retinols. You've got to stop using your tretinoin. Let's see. What else do you need to do? Stop using and don't use any other peeling masks or acids or any other kind of exfoliation things. We just want to let the skin be in a really relaxed state. You don't want to do any waxing. And I need to add that on the blog because it's not on there. So no waxing of your face for 2 weeks before your peel. The other thing that you need to add in, which you do need to do if you are prone to hyperpigmentation, melasma, that kind of thing, you've got to add in some pigment inhibiting products before you do your peel. That's going to ensure that even if you do stimulate a more flaky peel, having used those peel and pigmentation inhibiting products beforehand is going to help ensure that you don't get more pigmentation throughout the peel process. So I've listed on the website several of the serums that are best for pre-peel. You'll use those once or twice a day, every day for those 2 weeks. I have on here Epicutis, the Arctogenin brightening treatment. I think I have one of those on my desk here. Here we go. The Arctogenin. We have on there anti-mela serum from Dr. Estee. All of Dr. Estee's products in the anti-mela line were actually designed for doctors. They're all professional strength Korean beauty, which is very different from drugstore strength Korean beauty. And these were actually designed to be used pre and post laser treatments. So they are very good at calming inflammation, dealing with hyperpigmentation, and keeping that skin barrier in a good state while you're doing a peel process. So that's another one. You guys probably have some of these at home. So lemon lightning serum from Sorella, that one will work if you have that. Natural Mega Brightening Serum. I know many of you use that, and that's from Rhonda Allison. Is Clinical Brightening Complex. If you have that, that will work. Hydrinity Vivid Brightening Serum. That one has a lot of inhibitors in there, and that will work as well. I'm going to take a look right here at the comments. I see everyone saying hello. Wonderful. Don't see it. Oh, Celine reposted the link for you because it was missing. Somehow you guys couldn't see it up there at the top. Good. So you've got the link to the blog. Now, as I'm going along, if you have any questions, be sure just to pop them in there. I'll keep an eye going that way. And so I can try and answer your questions as they come to your mind as we're going through this process. So using those serums 2 weeks before leading up to the event are going to be really important, especially if you are prone to melasma. Because melasma and hyperpigmentation is an inflammatory response, much like rosacea. With rosacea, the inflammation, you turn very red. With hyperpigmentation, melasma, you're going to see your skin, you're going to develop brown spots instead of redness. So I see some questions popping in. How often can I use a peel? Every other month? Absolutely, you can do every month, every other month, but we'll talk about that more at the end of the session. I'll give you some more feedback on that. Do you need the peel just on your face or also the neck? When I do these peels, I do the face and I do the neck and I do my décolleté and I do the back of my hands. I also, if I have any leftover solution, I'm doing the back of my neck and the back of my shoulders right here because I'm that girl that's out kayaking and playing tennis and paddleboarding, and I pick up hyperpigmentation like crazy. So all of those places you can put your peel solution on. All right, so we're talking about prepping 2 weeks before. Now, the day of your peel. The day of your peel, this is what you're going to do right before you do your peel. Now, one of the most important things with getting a good and even result with your peel is degreasing the skin. This is like Peel 101 for estheticians. If you don't degrease your client's skin, if you don't get all that oil and dirt and everything off the skin, the peel solutions cannot penetrate and they will not penetrate evenly, and you're going to get a meh result from it. So what I recommend is picking up a good cleanser that has no acid in it. So you don't want a glycolic or a mandelic cleanser, anything like that. I want you to get a good, neutral, nicely foaming gel cleanser. I've listed some on my site that I like. You're going to use this gel cleanser throughout the whole month because on your non-peel days, you're going to use this cleanser. I don't want you using any kind of an acid cleanser on your non-peel days. So this is the cleanser that you're going to use for the entire month. I've listed on the site, I got Hydrinity Prelude Facial Treatment Cleanser. I love that cleanser. That's a cleanser that you put on dry skin, then you get your hands wet and you emulsify it. It's beautiful and amazing. Hale and Hush Quiet Wash is a great choice. Rhonda Allison's Soothing Gel Cleanse is a great choice. I know many of you probably have one of those from a past peel that we've done together. So before doing your peel on peel day, you're going to wash your face 2 times, you guys. And with all 3 of these cleansers, I would recommend doing it the same way. Dry face, dry hands, put the cleanser in your hands, go like this to kind of get a little bit of a foam going. Massage it onto your face. We're still with dry, all dry. Massage it on, then get your hands wet. And then foam it up and massage it in and really take time, especially on that first cleanse. Do that full 2-minute massage. Get in there and just clean, 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 little circles all around your jaw. We're going to get the lymph moving. We're going to really degrease the skin. And that is how you're going to get a really good solid peel going. So you're going to rinse that off and then you're going to do it one more time, 2 times. So after you do that, then you're going to grab your peel. And I want to talk about how you apply your peel. So let's just grab for today, let's do the Sorella Vitamin C. It's the same with any of the Sorella or the Active Peels. They're all a 1-2 step. So with your peel pad, the important thing here is that you're going to want to really massage this well into the skin. It's really tempting when you're doing toning or anything just to kind of go like this and be all done. We want to really work this into the skin. So we're going to work it in going up and down on the forehead, side to side on the forehead, and then some diagonal and little circles, and then the cheeks, up and down, sideways, little circles, around the lips, same thing, up and down. We're just really trying to come at those pores at different angles so we get it really worked into the skin well. Same thing on the neck, up and down, sideways, little circles, chest, everywhere. You just want to really work these pads into the skin. Then you leave them on for the prescribed time. And when that time's up, then you're going to grab your solution number 2. With the active peel system, the number 2 will have number 2 on it. With Sorella, it's a different color bottle and it says on there, mineral treatment step 2. You'll grab this. This is your peel neutralizer. Has all the fabulous soothing and firming ingredients. Well, I'm getting carried away here, not firming. The soothing ingredients and the anti-inflammatory ingredients. The Is Clinicals even have firming ingredients in there. So they're, I keep saying firming. I'm sorry. I had to slow down. So what I didn't, what I wanted to say is there's a special ingredient in your, especially in the brightening peel system, that actually has a peptide that actually relaxes muscle tension in the face. So it's actually going to help reduce those lines on the skin that we get from expressions. So that's the beauty of that. And I think I should have talked a little bit more about the brightening. I think I glossed over it too quickly. So let's back up a little bit. The new brightening active peel, it's actually called Extra Strength. And the extra strength comes into play because it has a lot more brighteners in there, and it has a few more acids to cause more, a little faster cellular turnover. But I have to tell you, a lot of times people are expecting that because it's extra strength, they're going to get more flaking of the skin. You're not going to get more flaking with the brightening than you get with the regular active peel, because these peels are not designed for flaking the skin. They get an excellent result, but they're not about making the skin flake. But the brightening peel is all about those dark, stubborn, dark spots that we get. And the brightening one is the one you want to choose if you are blemish prone. This is really geared and very helpful for those people who are blemish prone. So the two peels that I mentioned today that are good for blemish prone skin would be the Sorelic Mandelic and Willow Bark, and the Is Clinical Brightening Extra Strength Peel. So I just wanted to clarify that for you. Now, moving forward, once you've put on step 1 and step 2, you can stop right there, let those really absorb into the skin till the skin feels very dry, and then you can apply a light moisturizer. You want to choose a moisturizer that does not have a lot of essential oils in it or fragrance in it. You want one that's not full of acids, like an AHA. We used to all have AHA moisturizers. You don't want that. You want a more nourishing moisturizer to put onto your skin. Now, that's it. That's all you're going to put on. Now, you're going to hear me say in the next moment that on the non-peel days, you're going to use some more feeding and nourishing ingredients. And this is where people get confused, because on day 2, on your rest and recovery day, I'm going to have you using a plated a stem cell serum and then a lipid serum and some moisturizers. You do not use those on the peel day. The peel day is so short and simple. I know you're used to your daily skincare routine, putting on your stem cells first. You're not going to do that on your peel days. Your peel day is so simple. You're going to double cleanse. You're going to use peel pads 1 and 2 on your skin. If you're going to boost it, you would use your retinol booster. And I didn't grab any retinol boosters to show you, but you'll use your retinol booster. And then if you need to, you can put a little bit of moisturizer on top. That's it. That's all you do on your peel day. Then you go to bed and you wake up the next morning with really amazing skin. It's so much fun. Okay, I'm going to take a break here. I'm going to go over and answer questions. Okay, how often? Okay, body. Okay, the next question is, Misty, which acids are safe for rosacea skin? And can I put the peel on the rosacea parts as well? Yes, the best acids for rosacea skin are generally going to be mandelic acids and salicylic acid. Salicylic is very anti-inflammatory. So in general, that's going to be a best acid for you. However, for your peel systems to choose from, start with the active peel from Is Clinical if you have rosacea prone skin. And which you may find, it just depends, because rosacea is on a spectrum. If you are a more inflamed, more prone to redness, you might not do your peel days every other day. you might do your active peel system once or twice a week. So you're really going to need to pay attention to how your skin's liking it and how it's doing it, and be sure that we're not stimulating that rosacea response, that inflammation response. So it's always okay with these peel systems, even though it says to do it every other day, it's okay to draw it out. You could make this peel system last for 2 months by just doing it a couple times a week instead of every other day. Next question, can I use it once a week for maintenance? Yes, these peel systems can definitely be used once a week in that way. Absolutely. In fact, one of my skin cycling things, and you can do this, is that instead of layering it with the retinol, what you could do is do an alternating night kind of thing. So if you're just going to use it as your skin cycling for the week, maybe you would do on night one, do your peel system. On night two, do your retinol. And then night three, do your nourishing things that we're going to talk about next, your stem cells and that kind of thing. So you're kind of working a 3-day system in there. And you could even do your peel day on day one, then do your retinol day, and then do 2 or 3 days of your recovery, and then do it again the next week. That would be a beautiful routine. And do we have a body peel? We do have a body peel, and I've talked about it in some past videos. You might be able to find them on YouTube, searching around on there. But the body peel that I use is from Rhonda Allison, and it does a beautiful job. But I also have been known to use these active peel solution. I've used those on my arms. So you can use one pad or one. So what you would do, and I use the one for hyperpigmentation because my arms are very speckly. So I would use 2 of these in a night. So one is going to be for the face, the neck, and décolleté, and then the other one is going to be for getting your arms. You don't want to do more than your face and arms at one time because we don't want to cover that much of our body with acid at one time. So doing the face, neck, and décolleté and the arms and hands would be enough for one time. And so you would go through it faster. In that case, you'll need 2 boxes to get through the full 30 days. Okay, next question. You said it relaxes lines. Will it be an issue if you have Botox? No, it will be a support. This product with that step 2, which actually helps to relax the muscle tension, that will actually be supportive of Botox. It's going to help your Botox to last longer because you're not doing this, what I do, my little lines up there. Can I use a nano pen during this time? No, put away your nano pen. You can use that next month. This month for the peel, no nano pen. Recovery day, can I use recovery under epicutis? We're going to get to that next. You're just one step ahead of us, Marla. Christine says, on your face or arm, recovery day, could you do the peel on your back? Absolutely. Absolutely. You could do, yeah, you could even do alternate days where day 1, maybe you do your face, neck, and décolleté, and then day 2, you do your arms and your back. That would be fine. Absolutely. And I'll talk about some post-peel care for your body as well when we get to our post-peel care here. Okay. Can I use the Time Master Pro during this time? You can use the Time Master Pro on your non-peel day. You don't want to use the Time Master Pro over your acids or peel solutions, but the next day you could use your Time Master Pro, especially, yeah, and I'll tell you when we get to that step. Then here's a question. It says, I'm so sorry. Would you repeat my question? Because you froze for me. Okay, let me go back up and find your question. Oh, about Botox. So the question about Botox is that this peel will absolutely support your Botox. It'll actually help your Botox to last longer because you won't be tightening up those muscles as much, exercising those muscles that your Botox has actually deactivated. Okay. Okay, after the peel, do we use serum and moisturizer as normal? This is great. Let's repeat it again. So on peel day, you're just going to cleanse. You're going to apply steps 1 and 2. Then if you're doing a booster, you'll do your retinol booster. You'll let that dry. If you're not using a booster, you just do 1 and 2. And then once it's dry, you're just going to put on a little bit of moisturizer on your skin. And that's it. No other serums on peel day. So now, though, I'll talk about when you are going to use those serums, and that is on the next day. So we have our peel day and then we have our rest day. Our rest day, we think of it as our recovery day. So on our recovery day, the things that we want to use, this is that healing support that's so essential to getting the best results out of your peel. So on day 2, you're going to wash your face again with your non-acid cleanser, and then you're going to put on your stem cell serum of choice. Plated serum in Intense or Neogenesis Recovery Serum are both excellent choices. Those stem cells are really going to speed up healing and turn on so many great epigenetics in the skin, really get the skin behaving younger, acting younger, producing less inflammation and producing more collagen, those kind of things that you want the skin to do. Once you put that on, then you're going to put on Epicutis Lipid Serum. Epicutis Lipid Serum is putting that water hydration into your skin that your skin needs. Many people think that their skin needs oil, but we are mostly made up of water, believe it or not. And so a water-based serum has got to be your essential first step in rehydrating and in moisturizing the skin. So you're going to put on your lipid serum. And this is where if you have a TMP at home, and I love doing this with the TMP, this is the most amazing, viscous, wonderful serum. It has lots of slip. You can use this up to 4 times a day if you start to get a little peel going. This really puts that water hydration in, and then you can take your TMP on top of it and really work it into the skin all over. Has a really nice slip. So this is where you're going to want to do your TMP, is right after you put on the lipid serum. After that, you can use one of your richer moisturizers. And I've listed a few different choices on here for people. One that I've listed is the anti-melatoning cream from Dr. Estee. This also has those great brighteners in it. I've listed, look over here and see what else I listed. I listed the balm from Sorella. That's an excellent hydrator. Put my box here so you can see it, and it smells so wonderful. Everybody loves it. There's the balm. From Glymed, you could use their comfort cream. And I know many of you guys have Neogenesis barrier renewal cream. It's not quite as heavy as some of these others, but works very well. You could use Anfisa's Andu. You just want to use a nice hydrating moisturizer on your skin on your non-peel days. Okay, let's check over here. Okay. I have a question. Are you still going to do the peel-a-thon? No, I'm not going to do the peel-a-thon in the every other day thing where I'm going live with you guys. However, that group is still open on Facebook. So if you're here now watching this and you start doing your every other day peel and you have questions for me, go ahead and pop those questions in there, because I go on and check, or one of my estheticians, Emma, will notice them in there and she'll come tell me, hey, Jeana, you have a question, and I'll come on and answer your questions. So if you have other questions throughout the month, we can do that. Emma says the Is Clinical peels are 20% off right now. Yes, they are. Thank you, Emma. Yes, Is Clinical right now for our Labor Day sale is 20% off. And we also have a little free gift with purchase. So this is a perfect time to do it. And then we have a question from Marla. Is Clinical reparative moisture emulsion? Yes. That reparative moisture emulsion would be great. Is Clinical has a new moisturizer, if you haven't noticed it yet, and that's their daily moisturizer. You could use that one as well. Both are excellent moisturizers that you can use on your non-peel days, your recovery days. So when we're thinking about recovery days, the things that we don't want to do, we don't want to use a scrub. We don't want to use acids or enzymes on the skin. We just want the skin to have nice, nourishing food that we are giving it. Now, let's say that you've done some boosting, or maybe you've just done the peel and you didn't boost, but you got a little flaking going on. And that'll often happen right around this area, especially for me. I might get a little bit of flaking right off the bat. If you get flaking, these are absolutes. Do not pick those flakes off your skin. Do not get a washcloth and scrub those flakes off your skin, because if you do that, you're going to prematurely expose that baby skin that's underneath, and you're going to cause inflammation, and you're going to cause hyperpigmentation, and you're going to be miserable. So the thing to do, if you get a nice little flake going anywhere, is up to 4 times a day, you can pat on more of your lipid serum. You can add extra moisture with an oil that does not contain essential oils. So the best one I know of, probably the only one of the best I know of, is from Rhonda Allison, and it is called Pure Omega. This is pure omega-3 fatty acids with no essential oils added in it, and it's lovely to pat on the skin. And also you can use Rhonda Allison's Pro Salve. This is more like a Vaseline kind of texture to it. These two products you can pat on the skin throughout the day. So if you've got a little flakiness going on, you want to keep the skin moist all day. If you have some flakes coming off and you want so badly to pick them off, grab one of these two, pat it on there, and glue those flakes back down. Just glue it back down with the Pro Salve or the Pure Omega, and just say, hang on, baby, just you're staying there until you wash your face at night. And then when you wash your face, you're not going to use a washcloth. You're not going to use an eco cloth. You're just going to use your fingertips and gently massage and then rinse. And so any flakes that are ready to let go will just let go during that cleansing. Now, I also tell you, if you're having flaking happening and you've got to go to work or be about, don't wear black. Don't wear a dark color, wear light colors, because if you're wearing black, you're not even going to realize it, but there's going to be little flakes coming off and just landing, kind of like dandruff, landing on your shirt or dress throughout the day. So if you know you have a little flaking going on and you're professional and you want to keep it looking good all day, carry one of your support products with you. Keep gluing those little spots back down throughout the day, and wear light colored clothing. Okay. So my next question on here, is this recorded? Yes, it is recorded, and it will be on that blog that I've linked on here. So if you go to Art of Skincare, you go to blog, it's the very first blog at the top. Once this is all recording is all done, we'll make a cleaned up version of it and we'll stick it on that blog so you can choose to come back on board with us. Sharon wants to know, can you peel directly under the eye? You've got to be careful. You really don't want to peel any closer than the top of the orbital bone. So if you feel this bone right here, that's your orbital bone, and that's as close as you are going to want to come to your eyes, top and bottom. Why? Because these solutions travel. Even after they're dry and you sweat a little bit, get moisture going, they will travel and they will get into your eyes, and that does not feel good. Also, this skin around this area is very delicate, and you've got to be careful with what you put on there and how much of anything. So I'm that person that will experiment a little bit. I might take a little corner of the pad and just put a little tiny bit right on that orbital bone around here. But I'm going to be careful not to go down right onto the eyelid. You don't want to cause inflammation, don't want it in your eyes, you don't want to cause irritation. The same can be done with a booster. You can actually use one of our retinol boosters on the eyelid. Crazy, right? I've even used the salicylic A from Rhonda Allison, that really strong one. I've used that around the eyes, but you're only going to probably do it one time throughout the whole month. It's not something you're going to want to do a lot of. And you're just going to apply it on that orbital bone and then you're going to leave it on all night. You're not going to put moisturizer on over it because you don't want it to be traveling and moving around your eye area. And if you're doing that with your eye area, you're going to do it a lot less often. Like I said, with the retinol, I will only do that once throughout the whole month that we're doing the peel. It's not something that you want to do overdo on your eye area. Okay. So we've talked about what to do if you start to flake. Let's make sure here that I covered everything. Didn't leave anything out. And I've mentioned this, but let's mention it again, that if you get a good flake going, you've done a boost, you've got a good flake going, you're going to stop doing the peel for a few days. You might have to stop for 2 to 3 days until that flaking subsides and it's done. And then you'll go back to putting your peel solution on, step 1 and step 2, every other night, but you are not going to boost it again because one solid little flaky experience is all that you need in 1 month. Your skin takes 5 weeks to regenerate and renew. So you don't need to have that flaking going on more than once during that 30-day period. Okay, let's go down. Super important. Next step on our our guide here is maintaining your glow, and that means that you are going to use sunscreen. And you're going to use that sunscreen every single day. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're going to use it and you're going to try and stay out of the sun for this 30 days because a lot of us are trying to get rid of the hyperpigmentation that we picked up over the summer. We want to stay out of the sun so that the skin does not have that pigmentation response. Now, when you're doing a peel, sometimes that skin, even if you're not flaking, it's going to just feel a little more tender and a little more sensitive. So you're going to want to use a non-chemical sunscreen. And even some of the mineral sunscreens can be irritating for some people. So I've listed on the website the 3 sunscreens that are the gentlest and they're my go-to sunscreens when my skin is sensitized. I have very sensitive skin. I'm very prone to eczema, and these are the 3 that I go to. So number 1 is the new Epicutis Lipid Shield SPF. I scrambled with Celine and I got it on the website today, so they would be up there for you guys. That is our most moisturizing and most heavenly feeling sunscreen that we have. It's made it so I don't even want my others, and I have wonderful sunscreens. The other 2, and you may already have these at home, Tizos, they're Ultra Zinc. Ultra Zinc comes in tinted and non-tinted. I recommend using non-tinted during this time. The other one is Clinical Eclipse. That comes in tinted and non-tinted as well. And that is an excellent one. All 3 of those I can use when my skin is in a sensitive state. But I'm telling you, the new Epicutis one is putting the other 2 to the back of my medicine cabinet because the lipid shield just feels so good. It's got those great lipids in there and it's got amazing, great feeling ingredients in it. So it's my number 1 choice right now with my skin being so sensitized. Okay, let's get to that topic that came up earlier. How often can you do a peel? So your younger years, let's say 30s, 40s, doing a peel like this once a quarter. So once every 3 months. So we're talking about doing it like 2, 3 times a year. That's great for you. That's going to keep your skin in really great condition. Twice a year even will be really good for you. Now, the more signs of sun damage, the more progressed your aging is, or more dark spots, or the deeper and more lines that you're seeing, the more often you're going to want to peel your skin. So for my clients with more severe signs of sun damage and things they want to correct, I'm doing a peel like this on their skin every other month, especially for their first year. I'm doing it every other month. And by the end of that year, we're seeing such firming and such transformation of the skin. It really kickstarts your skin, especially if you're someone who has been kind of meh with their skincare. Maybe, maybe you're in your 60s, 50s, or 60s, and you've been really 70s even, really kind of men, uneven with your skincare, and it's your skin's paying the price. You're really noticing it. If you go after this and you do this every other month for an entire year, you're really going to kickstart a lot of healing and a lot of good collagen production and transformation in the skin. So, while you wouldn't want to do this kind of a peel every month, you can do it as much as every other month. And these peel solutions can be used in a different way, as we've mentioned before. So you could use these, especially these clinical pads, because they're in these nice little containers, they last a long time. You could do it once a week. Like I talked in our skin cycling, through your skin cycling, you will do these on night one, then you do your retinol on night two, and then for the other nights, you do your recovery. So that's when you're going to use your stem cell serums and your lipid serums and your more healing creams. Do that for 2 or 3 nights and then pop back in and do your peel night and then do your retinol night. And it just makes a really nice um, cycle to get into with your skin. So I think that pretty much covers it. Oh my goodness. So questions, you guys. What questions do you have? What have I missed? What might be needing a little more clarification for you guys? Take a drink of water here now that I've done all this talking. You guys asked so many great questions, covered so many things. No nano needling during this time. I think we did it. If you follow these instructions, and I'm putting it on the website, so if you do decide to do an every other month for a year, this will be on my website all the time. So you can keep going back and referring to it and seeing what you need to do. And also, Art of Skincare, our chat on our website is not manned by bots. It's not manned by people who are not professionals. They're estheticians and they're all trained by me. And so you can always pop in on our chats and ask questions. We can help you choose the right peel for your skin or the right support things or even the frequency. When you have questions, you're not sure, what should I do next? Just pop into a chat and ask us. The other thing you can do at Art of Skincare is you can do a free skincare checkup. These are only for our customers. And when you after you buy your products, a little QR code comes on your box. But you can go on the website at any time. It's just at the top. What do we call that? Ask AOS. I think you go in there. Yeah, Ask AOS, and then go to the skincare checkup link. And the skincare checkup is amazing. You're going to go in and you just answer questions. You tell us, what have you been using on your skin? What do you use in the morning? And be specific, because that really helps us to dial things in. Specifically, what are you using in the morning? What are you using at night? What are your main concerns? What is your age? How is your skin feeling? Is it dry? Is it oily? All of those kind of questions. And then you get to attach some pictures. So you can take a picture of each side of your face, picture of the front, picture of any problem areas that you're concerned about, and you submit those. And then my estheticians and I go over those and we create a home care plan for you. I have many clients that do this once or twice a year, and then I have many clients who do it every time they start to run out of products. So 8, 10 weeks. They're starting to run out of products. They want to know, okay, what's the next step in my journey? What can I do next? And they'll fill out our free checkup form. We'll let you know, yeah, now would be a good time to add this into your routine or change that up. Or maybe you're feeling like you're getting dry because winter's coming on. You're needing a better moisturizer and you're not sure which moisturizer. Do a little checkup form. And just on your checkup form, you can even put in, I just need a new moisturizer. So we'll go through your routine, we'll look at your skin, and we'll say, okay, she needs more moisture. Let's do this. And we'll give you a good moisturizer. Oh, yay. Somebody thought some more questions came in here. This is good. Can you use moisturizing masks? Yes, any kind of a soothing, hydrating mask, you can do that on your rest and recovery days, not on your peel days. So how is this type of peel different than does that say tax? I don't know. Oh, TCA. So TCA is just another solution. It's a different kind of an acid. And so they all behave a little bit differently on the skin, but as I said in the beginning of this, I don't recommend doing TCA peels at home because if you're using a TCA peel that's strong enough to do what you want it to do, it's also strong enough to damage your skin. With a TCA peel, you have to have clean, pure eyeballs on real skin. You can't look in a mirror and see what's really happening to the skin. And with TCA, you've got to be able to know when you've got enough layers on the skin to be effective and whether or not it's even. You have to actually be able to put your eyeballs right on your skin and see that happening. So TCA peels are best left to estheticians or professionals in the treatment room. Hey, and can we use LED light after the peel? You could use LED light after you put on the solutions, but it's not going to feel great. I would do your LED light before you do your peel solutions or do it on your recovery days. LED's beautiful and wonderful, so I absolutely encourage you to use those. Um, use your LED. And use, it looks like you have the LED light mask. You probably have the Omnilux. And so, yeah, you wouldn't want to put the Omnilux on after you have the peel on your skin or after you put on your retinol. Setting on top, that's going to be sticky, icky. That won't feel very good. But on your non-peel days, your recovery days, that's when you can put that mask on. And you can put that mask on over the lipid serum. You could get the Epicutis or the Hydrinity sheet masks. Those are biocellulose. They're amazing. You can put that. Both are so amazing. I want to just extol both of them. The Epicutis one is perfect post peel, and the Hydrinity as well. So get one of each and try them both. But you put on that mask on your face. First, of course, you're going to put on your stem cell serum, and then you can put on lipid serum, and then put on one of those masks, and then put your Omnilux face mask on top of that. Or if you have light stem, you can do that on top. Or if you have that light stem, what I have is the light stem one that is arches over your face. Can't think of the name of it at the exact moment. We have it on the website, but it's like a dome that goes over your face. So any of those can go on over the Hydrinity or the Epicutis mask, and that's super amazing. Those masks can also be used with the Time Master Pro. Put one of those biocellulose masks on, then use your Time Master Pro to work it in all over. Great. Or here's even better. You got me going now. So put on your stem cells, your lipid serum, put on your mask, then put your LED on. Leave that on for the full amount of time. Then when you take off your mask, you take off the light, take off the mask, get your leftover serum that's still in the little packet, squeeze it out in your hands, put on another dose, and then get your light stem. Take your light stem and work it, use the light stem to work that leftover serum into your skin. So then you've got this double dose of all this goodness going to your skin, and then let it dry, and then put your moisturizer or balm. If you got Hyvia moisturizer or whatever nice creamy moisturizer you have, put that on top of it. And yeah, your skin's gonna look and feel amazing, really amazing. Okay, Pamela says she missed which retinol booster. So Pamela, we have a link on there for you. At Art of Skincare, you can go to the bottom of the page and it says blog down there. Hit the blog, and the very top blog that'll pop up is all the complete outline of today's class. And it also has the retinols that I've recommended on there, and you can scroll through them. But of course, I will tell you real quick what the retinols are. So there was Sorella Apothecary Resurfacing Elixir. There was Is Clinical Retinol Emulsion. And the other choice was Rhonda Allison's Salicylic A. But you can see those all on the website. So that's really helpful. Okay, another question. I might have missed this. What type of acid is the peel? So each of the different peels that we talked about today have different acids in them. So when you go to my peel outline, go ahead and take a look, and you can do a little further investigation by clicking on each of the peels, and you can see what's in them. We had a vitamin C and ferulic peel. We had a mandelic and willow bark peel. So all of the peels have different acids going on in them for different purposes. So it really depends, choosing the one you want is going to, play a part in what you choose. For instance, the brightening, where is it? The Is Clinical peels are on sale this week for Labor Day. So 20% off on your peels. Grab a couple boxes, stock up on them. So acids in the extra strength brightening peel, you're going to see sugarcane, which is your glycolic acid. You're going to see salicylic acid and willow bark extract. So that's two forms of salicylic in there. We've got extreme enzymes in there. Oh, we've got L-ascorbic acid in there. So we've got some vitamin C in there. And that's mainly it for that pad. Then let's go to the regular active peel pad, and I'll tell you what that one has in it. Come on. It's not wanting to open up for me. Let's refresh our page. Sorry. There it goes. Okay. This one we didn't break down as quick. Okay, so this one also has the sugarcane, which is your glycolic, and salicylic, and willow bark. Pretty much the same acids in both of these, but there's other support ingredients that are very different in them. So you can go in and take a look at those once you dive into the document, the peel guide on the website. You'll be able to dive in a little further and see what acids make up those different peels. Okay, let's see. Great. We did it. We covered it. What time is it? 5:07. Oh my goodness, I do this every time. We're supposed to be on here for an hour. I did an hour and 7 minutes. You guys are great. Thank you for listening. Thanks for tuning in today. Again, if you have any questions at any time during your peel month, reach out to our chat or go on the Facebook. You can go on the Insiders and ask your questions. Or if you've done a peel with me in the past and you're part of that Peel-a-thon group, that group is still active. You can go on and answer your questions there. I will answer your questions, or don't be surprised if one of your your friends here, your peeling friends, they might jump in and answer the question and share what's worked or what they did in that situation. Because what I'm about at Art of Skincare is really imparting the knowledge to you. We are skincare enthusiasts to the extreme. We love skincare. We love what it does, and we love being very educated at Art of Skincare. Our estheticians like knowing what all the ingredients are, how they interact, and what's the newest and latest ingredients coming out. We love to know all that, but we love to share that with you. And that's the amazing thing about our Art of Skincare clients, is that all of you are becoming skincare experts. And that's really what our heart is that we want you to be your own skincare expert. So you can make knowledgeable decisions and not be duped by all the crazy things that are constantly coming out and all over our social media, but so that you can make really wise and educated decisions for yourself. So thank you so much for joining me today. This has been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed your questions. I will get a version of this video onto that blog that I mentioned, the Peel Guide, on my website. So if at any point you need to come back in and watch any part of this, you can. Thanks, you guys, for being part of my evening. Have a great day and enjoy doing your next 30-day peel. Bye-bye, everyone.